All right, let's do it. So, I think this is self-explanatory, but I think that I kind of explained this in the other one too, but there is a war to decide what socialism is. And I think that it's a war that is going to be continued to be fought. This is why people talk about Stalin. This is why people talk about Lenin and Marx. To decide what it really means to be a socialist. And I think that this is one of the most important wars that goes on. It's more than just socialism versus capitalism. Yeah, of course it's that. Or socialism or barbarism. But more to the point, it's socialism versus people who want to use the word socialism and use it to continue to put people into capitalism. People like Vosh who say, "Oh, well, actually, Marx, valued, freedom and all this sort of thing." I mean, I watched that clip again today that I uploaded. Just absolute fucking cringe, And you hear this from people like, Bo the Fifth Column as well, where it's just like, they get this very backwards view of socialism. It's like, look, I mean, criticize the Nazis and criticize National Socialism, but at least they tried to adopt some of the rhetoric. It wasn't good, but they tried to at least adopt some of the rhetoric of Marxism to create the anti-Comintern or the Axis. The thing is that when you get all this type of shit, and you get these type of folks who just think, yeah, I mean, actually, this is what socialism actually means, is fighting for $15 an hour or something like that. It's like, that's, it's literally, you're falling into the meme of when, socialism is when the government does stuff. And it's just like, this is a war that needs to be fought day in and day out. You can't just allow these various groups to try to take it. It's unfortunate, in my opinion, feel as you want to about Maoism, because I know Maoism is different from Mao Zedong thought, but you get a lot of these folks who are just like, well, actually, China isn't really socialist; it's must-state capitalist. So actually, we're going to go ahead and stand the Naxalites in India, and we're going to go ahead and highlight the Maoists in the Philippines. And I just say to myself, I don't know. I just feel like that's the wrong path, To me, these groups are going to continue to, yeah, they're still going to exist to some degree, but they're not going to be anywhere near as powerful as they used to be. I mean, 1967, I think, was when the Naxalites first started to become a real big force in India. And for the, in the Philippines, I mean, we're talking right around the same time. Let me take a look here. Jose Maria Sison. I'm not as connected as a lot of these folks are, like Jason Unruh and whatnot, but it's like, let me see what we got here. I'm trying to see. But I want to say it was like, 1968. So, 1967, 1968. So, within a year. I mean, the thing is, man, to me, Okay, yeah. December 26, 1968 is when he started. Okay. I just want to make sure. Like I said, I'm not as connected as some of these other folks are, but it's just like, you're seeing this shift and you're seeing these battles of, well, we don't like, and this sort of, this big brain sort of idea about how people feel about China. Like, well, they're right about Hong Kong and there's no Uyghur genocide. Okay. But China's still capitalist. Okay. This is, then where the fuck are you going to go? You're going to stand some small groups, relatively irrelevant groups that don't have any struggle, that don't have any power. I mean, they may, do all the Maoist things like, protracted People's War and, they have their cultural revolutions and kick people out that, go against the system or whatever. And they cleanse this. Oh, it's not cleanse. I'm sorry. But, they have those sorts of things. Okay. But are they effective? Like I say, I mean, for the most part, it's just, I don't get it, man. Like I say, this just goes to show how much cope is out there. Like I say, and it goes to show the war of what socialism is. The thing is, it's one thing to have like the war, between Adolf Hitler's Nazi Germany versus Stalin's Soviet Union, you know, and see that clear cut thing. But now you have, it's much more complicated, or at least maybe it was always complicated, but I never noticed. But it's like, you have these varying different groups who are just like, well, this is what it actually means. And it's like, decolonization and everything else. You're just like, okay, well, what do we do then? I don't know. This is why, like I've said it before, I am never going to join a party. Probably, I'll read Stalin or read something like anarchism or socialism, or read some more about the national question or something like that. Yeah, but just trying to understand where these folks are going. I don't know, man. Like I say, and you see a lot of this separation going on and everything, and so there is, this war is continuing on, and it's just like, so people are kind of, they're surrendering their points, and we've seen all this because of the downfall of Donald Trump. So I think part of it is that, yeah, people were unified, say, in general, and it's like, yeah, people hated Trump. Now that it's Joe Biden, it's like, yeah, you have some folks who are just like, yeah, well, actually, Biden, could make things better. And it's not working, man. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and upload this tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll enjoy that. See you later, and goodbye.